After 3 months of training, I achieved my goal last week, a sub 140 half marathon. The question is now asked, what next? That is what this video is all about. From speed trials to distance pushes, the next 11 months is packed full of short-term goals leading up to a long-term goal in a year's time. This is the start of a running project, something ambitious. So what does this plan actually look like? I mean, because 11 to 12 months, that's a lot of time, so it's got to have some type of structure, which it does. I have it broken down into 3 phases. Phase 1, speed trials. Phase 2, distance push. And phase 3, I'm going to leave that to be hidden for now. Phase 1 being speed trials. This is all about picking up the pace for shorter distances, but really just focusing on getting really fast paces down. So when I do get into phase 2, the distance push, I can then, slower paces will feel like I'm walking. That's the whole point of the speed trials, is to get used to running super fast, and so that slower paces feel super easy, or easier at least than what they would feel like right now. But there's 4 main goals in phase 1. The first one being running a sub 20 5K, which this coming week I'm doing at my local 5K turkey trot. I'm going to be going for that sub 20 5K, and I'm pretty confident in my ability to run that race at my current fitness. So that one I'm not too worried about. But then the real training, the more specific training, because right now I'm just been getting back into full training after taper week and then race day last week. And so the goals after that sub 25K is to run a sub 520 mile. And that's, again, just to get a super fast pace down. Then a sub 35 10K. This is where we start picking up the distance a little bit again, while still keeping a pretty fast pace, because if I'm not wrong, sub 35 10K takes a 5:38 pace, so that's still pretty fast. But then the last goal, a sub 18 5K, that again I think is a 5:48 pace, so all under 6-minute pace for those 4 goals, or at least those last 3 goals of the speed trial, all to really, again, get my legs moving quick, so that slower paces, above slower than a 6-minute pace, feels much easier than it would if I didn't do this first phase of speed trials. So now let's look at what is the plan for phase 2, which I've called distance push. Now phase 2, which I've titled distance push, is exactly what it sounds. It's pushing the limits that I have currently of how far I've ran, which currently the farthest I've ran is 13.1 miles, a half marathon. So the whole point of phase 2 is to run for more miles, run farther than I've ever ran in a single run, while also still setting certain speed goals, just like speed trials, but at these longer distances. Now, I'm going to leave the exact goal times out of this video, but I will say I'm going to have another half marathon goal, and then a 15 miler, and then a 20 miler goal as well. Which actually, I'll give you a little piece. The half marathon goal will be to run a sub 125 half marathon, which is 7 minutes faster than what I ran last week. So again, really gonna have to put in a lot of work. And remember, this is all within 11 to 12 months, which, well, actually, phase 1 and 2 is really only like 8 months, or 8 to 9 months really, because then the last part is for phase 3. So this is a lot of training, a lot of goals, a lot of speed and pace I have to build, and just endurance. aerobic and anaerobic, which is a lot. It's just a lot I'm gonna have to go through in these next months. But if I want to achieve the big goal at the end of phase 3, then all this work has to get put in. And like I said, this is an ambitious running project that I'm going through. So it needs a lot of training and ambitious goals to go along with. Now you still may be wondering, well, what is this big goal at the end of this 11 to 12 months, after a whole year of ambitious short-term goals leading up to this big goal? What could this goal possibly be that phase 3 is focused on? Because phase 1 and 2, each of those phases have multiple goals and distances and speeds that I'm going after in those phases. But phase 3 focuses on a single goal that'll be really the culmination of all of these goals. It'll be the culmination of 12 months of work. And so this has got to be some big goal, which it is. And I don't want to announce what that goal is yet, because honestly, it's more fun to keep that a secret for now, because that goal, that phase 3 doesn't start for another 8 to 9 months. So why announce that now? So, but I just want you guys to know. I mean, really, you can kind of probably guess what the race is with, what I've done so far with a half marathon, and then the goals that I've said with, going really fast in phase 1, phase 2 building up to 15 miler, 20 miler, and even faster half marathon. It all points to, the next step of really a lot of people's running journey, but I'm taking a different approach to it, and I'm setting a really big goal for that race at the end of the 12 months that you guys are not going to want to miss. Like I said, you guys are not going to want to miss what this journey is all leading to. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you guys don't miss the weekly videos that are coming out following this journey, which this journey I'm going to title Project Ambition, because it is ambitious. So I just need new people, new viewers to know that is what that's what I stand for with this journey and just in life in general. But again, this project is ambitious. You're not going to want to miss it. So subscribe so you don't miss the weekly videos following this journey to come. But I'm excited. So make sure you guys stay ambitious as well. But thank you all for watching.